Uh-oh. So I just logged onto the server here. I was going to do some, some peaceful farming, relaxing, taking it easy. And I see something has happened up over here. What is this? What's happened? There's lots of obsidian over there. My llama security, Sandy, what have you been doing? You let them do this to us. I thought you were on my side. I thought we were buddies. Okay, we got signs. Hi, Etho. There's something you should know about the Googler. It's not the best? What? That's news to me. Googler, you're the best around. There's a far more advanced system out there. I took the liberty of building it for you right here. Please follow the dirt framework to continue. Now, let's see here. Okay, so we gotta follow the path. Okay, we're getting instructions. Proceed through the dark web. The internet. That's an internet reference. I know things. This is like the shady part of the internet. You shouldn't go there. You guys find yourself in the dark web. Turn around. Get out. You don't belong there. Nobody does. Ignore the blue screens. Yeah, that might happen if you go to the dark web. It's not good. That's clever. You have now arrived at the Bingler. Bing search engine? Are you kidding? Oh, no. Whew. Okay, it was a little TNT. Is it every time? It is every time. Oh my goodness. This is great. Every time I want to get an item out, I just gotta take a TNT to the face. It's a blast to use. I must say, getting to the Bingler takes a little bit of time though, going through the dark web. Aha, so I got a message from the Beefers. Vintage Beef, he's the one that installed the Bingler here. And I tried to use it for a bit. It's an amazing search engine, but it's far too complex for me. I think I'm just gonna have to use the Googler, so I'm gonna uninstall it. I got kind of a fun fact for you guys if you didn't know this. Seth Bling actually used to work on the Bing search engine back when he worked at Microsoft. So when I saw the Bingler, I thought of the Seth Blingler. So I saw there was something else pretty cool at our base here today. Last episode we did that collab with Tango. We built the stats poker game together and played it together and had a whole bunch of fun. He cleaned me out pretty good, but he, such a nice guy. Good guy, Tango. Maybe open these shulker boxes a few thousand times before we play again, partner. I gotta get my shulker box opening stat up here. He left us a bunch of gunpowder here, though, which is awesome. Anyways, I was trying to think about what we should do for this episode, everybody. What would be a good goal for us? And I thought, hey, maybe this is an episode we dedicate to ourselves. I know that sounds kind of dumb, but honestly, we kind of need to do it. We've been involved with so many shenanigans on the server here, which has been a lot of fun, but we're missing a lot of basic amenities at our base here, a lot of simple things we don't have. We do have a storage room now, which is great. We did the Googler. I've been working on organizing that, trying to figure out how I want things arranged in the menu here. And I think I got it pretty close to done now. So I did some caving, and I found, look at this. Really close to our base. This is so cool. We got not one, not two, but three. No, it's only two. Still, though, I think turning these 2 cave spider spawners into a farm is going to be great for us. It's a way for us to get our spider eyes for potions and things. It's also a great way of getting string. You can never have too much string. But yeah, XP as well. So this is going to be our first mob farm. We're going to place water along the back here. 9 blocks of it. That'll reach right to the edge here. 8 blocks long. Then we'll have a drop down here. We'll put another block of ice in the corner here, which should bring them all to this one corner here. And it's working okay, but not great. You can see some of the spiders are getting caught in the corners there. They're trying to climb and then they get stuck. So we've probably got to do a little bit of redesigning here. But just had them going to a water stream and up an elevator here. One thing you'll notice is the spiders do this. So this water stream is 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks, and now at the 5th one, they can touch the ground and like resist it. So whenever we do water streams with spiders, we only want them to travel 4 blocks at the most. Also, this elevator isn't going to work either. We got to redesign this. because you see they get stuck where that sign is. I want to install a couple lamps in this thing as well, so we can turn it on and off with the lighting. So this is one of the corners here, and 2 blocks from that is where we put the lamps on all 4 corners. So another one over here, and we can light up the whole thing with just 4 that way. On, off, on, off. Okay, so I got a little bit of a plan here now. I went into creative for a little bit to work out some details. And man, cave spiders are the worst. They're like snot on a wall, man. They stick to everything. As soon as they touch a wall, they can stick to it. It's really annoying dealing with these guys. I set myself a challenge with this farm. I want to try and make a fall damage cave spider farm, which is going to be really tricky. Because, like, even if we drop them down like a tube, like if we drop them down a tube, they can stick to the walls of that tube as they're falling down. They're just like, they stick to everything. It's crazy. But I think I know a plan. So redesigning this so that the water streams only go 4 blocks long. Again, the reason is we don't want them to be able to touch the ground and fight them. They'll be able to travel a little quicker that way. Alright, that gets them there. We use an open fence gate to stop the water, and then we start doing drop downs. Over here, we get another one going 4 blocks long. Get a fence gate over here to stop that water. Another 4 block long one here. We go down again. I guess with this one, I'll just use a sign to stop it. Alright, now here's the tricky part. We got to make an elevator that they won't get stuck in. So that took me a little bit of time to figure out. I think I got a good design now, though. We're going to drop them onto fences here. So fences are 1.5 blocks tall, which means there's only a 0.5 block space here for the cave spiders to fit through. Which is fine because they're tiny little guys. They can fit through that just fine. I tried putting a sign here before, and they were getting stuck in this 1 block space, like they would try to climb here. I found if I put a trap door, it makes them go forward just a little bit more, and I never saw them get stuck here anymore. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to make them go up to a piece of soul sand now. So they're at like a half a block there, and then they go up another 0.5 block to this soul sand. That's how we do the transition. And then we use the trap door to keep the water from flowing back that way. We want it to flow this way, though. So we have an open space there for the water that we put above here. That way it pulls them. As soon as they touch this water source, they get pulled forward. But we're going to make them go up the elevator at this point. Up over here. And we'll just test that out for now, see if that actually works. And in the final version of the farm, we're going to get rid of this window. We're just using that to observe at the moment. See what happens. Okay, so that looked okay. They're going through. I put a window in here so we can see the elevator in action. You can see clearly how it works. And yeah, that looked good. All 4 went up, no problem. Good stuff. So this design is working much better than our first design. We are still getting the odd sticker here, though. I might just be really simple about this and let them climb up here in the corners and then drown them. Like have a sign and then have a water block above that, maybe? Just to get rid of them. Because the problem is if there's more than 2 stickers, they can actually lower the rates of the farm or stop it completely if you get up to 6. So if we do something like that, they'll either fall down when they hit that spot then, or they'll climb up and drown in the water. They're definitely not sticking as much though with this new water system. It's a lot better, so that's cool. So I did the other one there. We got our 2 elevator spots picked out, and if we find the center between the 2 of them, it's right here. So this is where we're going to do our killing chamber. I think what we got to do, if I remember the numbers, we got to go up 14 blocks. Yeah, I think this is our spot over here. So again, we're trying to get them down to a 1-hit kill is our goal, using fall damage. So what we're going to do is have a water stream where the stone is. And then at the end of that, we'll use an open fence gate to stop the water from flowing out. I took no fall damage. I don't know what I did there. That was kind of crazy. I don't have feather falling on my boots. Yeah, something like that. So again, I don't know if this is even going to work. So just keep that in mind. Hopefully it does, though. We drop them on the slab here, so they'll fall down. Bam! Uh-oh. We got a couple problems here. So it's not working nearly as well as it did in single player for some reason. They're able to climb out on the server here, which is a little strange. And they jump around more than they should. So that might be an issue with the way we got the area set up here, that they're pathfinding out of there. Most of them stay inside, though. And we'll be fine if we hide behind glass or something. But, yeah, hopefully we can tweak it so it's a little bit better. But the idea is we drop them down there. Again, we can't drop them down a chamber because they'll stick to the glass as they do. So we drop them down into like a net area here. And they get down to a one-hit kill. Always, always, always. So look at this. We can punch them. They die. Stop climbing out. How do I stop them from climbing out? I don't know. I gotta think about that. The other issue, though, is in single player, I could walk up to them and they wouldn't hurt me. And on the server here, they do. I could walk on those trap doors and they wouldn't get me. So that's another kind of problem I don't like. Yeah, we'll figure it out, right? So we can put hoppers underneath those slabs there to pick up the drops if we want. The elevators are working great, though. Like, no problems with the elevators at all. They flow nice and smooth through them. Again, we got that problem where we can't drop them down a chamber because they'll stick to the walls if they touch the walls. So we instead built a chunky chamber here. It's a 5x5 chamber, and they can't seem to touch the walls on the way down. So that's good, and it stops them from seeing us as they fall down, which means they're no longer jumping around and trying to climb out like they were before. Oh, no! No, I did not mean to break that. No. In Etho mob farm, mobs hunt you. Okay, we run away for now. We retreat. Tactical retreat. I think with that, guys, we're going to take a little break from the cave spider farm, but we're close with it. I think we almost got it. We just got to work on that killing chamber a bit more. But we got lots of stuff here now. I think we'll be able to use that farm with the regen and resistance beacons and like Thorn's armor, and just have the spiders automatically kill us too. No, us automatically kill them. That's what we want. Yeah, that makes sense. That way we can just AFK at the farm. Oh, free samples from Impulse. Yes, yes. Look at this. Free Totem of Undying. Nice. I know he was having a little trouble selling those, right? Because the price is a little high, but yeah. Thank you, Impulse. I appreciate that. Cool. All right. So I got another project I really wanted to work on today, guys. I think you're going to like this one. We're going to be building an enchanting room. Ooh, look at all this stuff here. So I got some blocks ready for it already. Because we got that XP farm now, we're gonna need to spend those levels somewhere, right? So that's the plan. And again, with the monstrosity build, at the moment, I'm just sort of scattering functional things randomly. Like the Googler, we're gonna build an enchanting room now, and we're gonna try to link them together later. So this is like the order in our base, and then we'll link them together with chaos. It's the building technique, guys. Don't ask questions, because I don't have answers. That's just what I think will work at the moment. Hopefully I'm right about that. We're going to have 12 barrels. 12 barrels. We'll put item frames on these. And these are going to be to store the stuff we enchant. So as going through the stuff we might want to do, there's, of course, our tools, our armor pieces. We're going to put those on the barrels, indicate that's what we store on them. And then, like, if I need a pick, I go to this barrel. If I need a shovel, I go to this one, and there'll be unenchanted gear there for us. I think it's 12. I think that's what we want, because there's also fishing rods, bows, tridents, and I think most things we build in our base here are going to be absolutely loaded with redstone as well. You know, I like to do the redstone. So enchanting room included here. Yeah, so we'll have 8 sticky pistons, and then we'll put acacia stairs above those. And we'll move those up to block the bookshelves from reaching the enchanting table. Or they'll be down like this if we want to do a level 30 enchantment. These two are very close in color with each other. So I think we're going to go for acacia wood in the floor. In the four corners, we'll put crafting tables, because those are usually pretty handy to have around when you're doing enchanting. And then we'll fill in the space here with acacia wood, probably in a zigzaggy pattern, like that, and then we'll strip it. And then we're gonna line this with some stripped spruce wood, I think. I think they go pretty good together. Let's grab our repeaters and our redstone here. Let's add a control for making the stairs go up and down now. So I was thinking about putting a button right here for that. And then we just need to send those pistons a 1-tick pulse to make them switch. Very easy to do. We just got to run a thing around them like this. Put redstone on top. That'll activate all the pistons together. Okay, buttons over here. Let's put a piece of redstone dust underneath that. And I will add a repeater here into a monostable circuit. Sticky piston with a block on top. And then, actually, let's just do it like this. Maybe use another repeater here. And then a piece of redstone dust like that. So that should be our switch done. Yep. Looks good. So I noticed in the comments a couple episodes ago, when I built the Googler, one of the biggest things you guys wondered was, Etho, how do you do something like that? Where do you begin? Like, I don't get it, right? It's actually not as crazy as you guys might think. So when you're doing redstone, it's like lots of different components put together, like lots of smaller pieces. And essentially, when you do redstone, like simpler projects, you usually learn a couple of those pieces. And as you gain experience doing redstone, you'll recognize them more quickly and what they do, what their function is. And then when you do a bigger build like that, it's just like putting them all together. So the key for redstone is learning those smaller components and understanding them. And then the other part of it is just having an idea. And usually that idea comes from wanting to make something happen in the game, and then you got to figure out what pieces you need to combine together to make that happen. Usually you start by building the interface of the mechanism and then adding the redstone components to it. But sometimes the idea comes from other things, like maybe you discovered something new in the game and you want to show it off. Or it can also just stem from a challenge. So in my case here, with what we're building, I challenged myself to try to figure out what is the smallest way I can do a display to show how many items are in these barrels here. Yeah, so initially when I was doing this, I had glowstone lamps where the concrete is here. And we were turning those on and off. But then I realized it's probably a lot better if we just extend blocks with the piston, like the concrete here. If we use a clean block like concrete, you can easily see the shadows, and it works very well as an indicator. And actually, I think it looks better than using lamps, and it's more versatile. So that's what we're going to do. And then the next question is, what's the simplest way to hook this barrel up to the pistons? So we got it next to the brown concrete here. We got to hook a comparator up to it to see how much stuff is inside. And then, if there's anything inside, we activate this first piston just by putting a block here. And then to get to the other two pistons here, we just got to run it up a little redstone ladder, like so. Break those out. And that is like as simple as it can be, right? Boop, boop. Yeah, so that's a distance of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 at the longest here. That's about a third of the barrel full to activate the top piston here. So that's super simple, but unfortunately we can't use that for the next one here because they'll interfere with each other. We got to use a slightly different design, but that basically does the same thing here. So we go down, double comparator here just to get it a little ways away from this set. And then we just redstone ladder up like we did over there, except now we're 2 blocks forward, so they won't interfere with each other. There might be a way of doing this more compact, I'm not sure. But I thought this was pretty good. I'm happy with it. Connect this over here and over here. We're going to put a block there and then a repeater so that the repeater doesn't connect to the wire next to it there. Okay. And then let's actually do this. Go up again, do the same thing over here. Just a repeater over there. This repeater can power this piston. And that is our second one hooked up. And then if we want to do a third one, we just copy this first pattern. Fourth one will be the second pattern. And we can tile them together that way. And if you do that, you end up with that big giant clump of redstone like this, which looks kind of crazy, but no, it's actually really simple redstone. Not much going on with it. In a relatively compact space, I would say. I'm happy with that. Now, as far as how it functions, this is kind of how the display works. So right now, these three on the end are full, so all three of these are extended. But if we remove some of the items, it starts to go down, and you can see like, uh-oh, we're running out of stock. Time to restock. Totally empty now. So the first one extends if there's one or more items in. The next one goes at 4 or more. And then the final one at 8 or more. So it's about a third of the barrel. You could change it so that, like, if you extend the redstone there, it'll trigger later. But for our case, what we're using it for here, we mostly just want to see, uh-oh, we're running low on fishing rods here. Time to restock again. And I think this does the job pretty good with that. We could also use this for things like potions, for enchanted books, or... yeah, I'll probably use it for quite a few things, honestly. I like it a lot. So we do also have the option, if we want to make it more compact, we can move the barrel to where the brown block is here. We can also like change this out with double chests or any other type of storage device we want to use it on. But yeah, anyways, let's continue on here. Let's keep working on our enchanting room here. So I think we're going to add some carpet over the bookshelves. We're going to go for gray carpet because we got a bit of gray with the lamps there. And also I want to add some smitheries. Smitheries? That's not what they're called. Smithies? I don't know what they're called. You know, the thing to convert diamond armor into netherite armor. We're going to need those for the next patch, so I definitely want to add them in here. And then the one thing every enchanting room needs, the honey ceiling. Can't forget about that. Let's go ahead and add that on. So we're going to go for a wave hello, and then we're going to go for a brown border. Boop, 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 all around there. And then a nice drippy honey center. Oh, yeah. Okay, they're called smithing tables. I think we're just going to put them over here. We only need one, but I'm going to place down 2. Might change it with something else later. Might move them later. I don't know. But I thought it would bounce out the look a bit better. So they have a bit of gray with them. The anvils have gray. Lanterns have gray. So we go for gray carpet. We're going to add one more gizmo to our enchanting room today. So I want to have a 2x2 thing of droppers over here. And the idea is we still need some way of getting lapis, and we need some way of getting books. Okay, so the one in the back corner here is for the books, and the other 3 are for the lapis. Okay, so these will be filled totally up with lapis and books. And then over top of that, we just put some blocks that'll shoot through them. And we got to run some buttons to these. So I'm going to have 2 buttons over here and here, I think. So this first button over here, we're going to have redstone underneath it. And we're going to make it activate all 4 of the droppers. And we can do that just by putting a couple repeaters into them. Like so. And then for the other one, where is it? I don't even know. It's right over there. Okay. For the other one, we only need to use 1 repeater. And we run that over here. So this repeater will trigger this dropper, this one, and this one, but not this one in the corner. And to finish things off here, we're going to add a couple more posts into the build. That will go up. And we want to make it look like it's holding up the roof, so we'll make this come out. We strip it. Add lanterns. We'll add some item frames here, so the buttons are marked. This one will be for lapis, and this one for lapis and the book. Ender chest will go maybe over here, and then we want a grind wheel with our thing as well for disenchanting our gear. So I think with that, we're pretty much done with this now. So if we want to enchant any of that gear over there, armor, tools, we hit this for the lapis. Gives us 3 pieces to do a level 30 enchantment. Or if we want to enchant a book, this is probably what we will do most of the time. We hit that, we get 3 lapis and the book. Unfortunately, there's no way to refill this except by breaking these. I might look into making that better. I don't know. But overall, I'm pretty happy with this, I think. Cool. So I'm just going to stand here for a little bit to get the thumbnail for the video. Recently, I've been having a lot of people wondering because we got a lot of new viewers. Welcome, everybody, by the way. It's awesome you're here. But why I don't do thumbnails in my videos? Yeah, I don't know. I'm a little bit lazy, I guess. It's not a part of the video making process I really enjoy, so I don't do it. And it's pretty much that simple. I don't have good fonts in my paint program either, which is kind of annoying. Where we go beyond this is we need to make an armory for the enchanted gear we get, like the armor and the tools. We also need somewhere to store the enchanted books. Might make a complicated system for that, or we might just throw them in barrels like this as well. Haven't decided yet, but we got more to go in future episodes with our enchanting setup. In other news, though, I did go on a run to the end by myself recently and got a whole bunch of shulker shells and some of the goodies from the end ships and stuff. And I also went to the nether and fought a bunch of wither skeletons. We got 3 more skulls to summon a wither again. Got one. I got one. Yeah. Oh, yeah. And I thought it was taking a little while, and yeah, it definitely was. Looking at our statistics here, we killed 239 wither skeletons for 6 skulls with looting 3. That's an average about 1 every 40 wither skeletons. We should be getting them every 1 out of 20, though, so yeah, not so good. Also, recently on the server here, I was drafted by Rendog to join his wrestling team to fight for Pamela, his mushroom, and yeah, it's kind of crazy. You can check that out on some of the other Hermit's channels if you haven't seen it yet.
Etho, you've literally
You've coached yourself.
you're fishing rods in your own face, which is very.
Is that a problem? I can't get it out. But anyways, guys, I think it's about time we wrap up today's episode. So hopefully you enjoyed it. Thank you for watching. Until next time, take care. Have yourselves a wonderful day. Bye-bye.